Hey dudes, Silvite Soltis, back again with another Dungeon Sets 101 for you. So far we've covered the Priest and Warrior dungeon sets, the Vestments of the Devout, and the Battle Gear of Valor. Well, today we're going to continue with a leather set for a class that is actually viable. That's right, let's step into the shadows so I can tell you how to get the dungeon set for rogues, the Shadowcraft armor. As with the others, there are 8 pieces to this set. The legs, chest, and helm drop from the same bosses as all the others, Baron Rivendare, General Drakkasath, and Dark Master Gandling, respectively. But since the other pieces drop from completely different bosses than the rest, I'll have to give a rundown here as always. As you can see, rogues have a bit of a tough time collecting their set, since there are BOP items in 4 different dungeons, as opposed to 3 for priests and warriors. But that's only the beginning. Anyway, now that we have an idea of where these items are, let's talk about how to collect them. Honestly, it really doesn't matter which dungeon you do first, since you'll need to run Scholo, Strat Undead, Strat Live, and UBRS all eventually. But since SCHOLOMANCE has 3 of the set pieces, it makes sense to start here. The 3 Shadowcraft pieces to collect here are the bracers, boots, and cap, from trash mobs and a mini-boss, Rattlegore, and Dark Master Gandling, respectively. First off, progress through the dungeon as normal until you get to the room with the plagued whelps. Rattlegore is just beneath them, so clear out that room with your party and make your way down. Once in the basement, clear the skeletons carefully, making sure to clear all the ones around the entrance and up to the boss. As a rogue, this boss is really easy, just an occasional stun to worry about. Stabby stab until dead, and hopefully you'll get your boots. Head back up and continue through the dungeon until the final chamber, the one with 6 mini-bosses in different rooms. Clear the rooms and defeat the mini-bosses. The bracers can drop from trash mobs here, as well as Instructor Militia. But again, they are BOE, so don't worry if you don't get them along the way. You can always get them from the auction house later. Once the final room is cleared, Dark Master Gandling will spawn. Again, an easy encounter as a rogue. Just remember to keep evasion handy in case you need it during the teleport, especially if the tank gets ported. If you're lucky, he'll drop your helm. If you're unlucky, then you'll have to do it all again. Next up is Upper BLACKROCK Spire. The 2 items you're looking for here are the belt, which drops from Blackhand Assassins in the second half of the dungeon, and the tunic, which has an 11% chance of dropping off General Drakkasath. Honestly, there's not much more to it than that, and as a rogue, you don't really have much to worry about. Just make sure evasion is up for Drak in case you pull aggro during the conflagration. As always, if you don't get your belt from the trash mobs here, you can always buy it from the auction house later. Alright, here's where it gets annoying. There are 2 set pieces in Stratholme, the pants and the spalders. The former is super simple. Clear Strat Undead and hope that they drop from Baron Rivendare, the final boss. The problem, however, is that the shoulders drop deep in the other half of the dungeon, Strat Live. Worse still, they are from an annoying optional boss. Let's start off with the pants quick. Clear through the entire dungeon until Baron Rivendare. For this fight, you're going to want to watch your HP, as you'll definitely have to deal with the pulsing AoE. Also, keep an eye out for the skeletons when they spawn, and consider running over to help your healer out. After all, he can't heal you or the tank if he's constantly getting pushback, and your tank really should keep the boss positioned as far away as possible. Honestly, this is probably going to be the biggest challenge for rogues. not tunneling on the boss. Kill the Baron and grab his pants. Now you need to run Strat Live. The Shadowcraft Spalders drop from Cannon Master Willie, deep in the Scarlet Bastion. As I said before, this boss is optional, so good luck convincing a group to do this for you, and especially early on before the good items are added to his loot table. For this fight, pick up cannonballs from the pile and fire them at the Scarlet Rifleman that he occasionally spawns. Really though, the challenge is finding a group that will want to do this boss, and again, especially early on. Good luck getting your shoulders. To finish off your set, head over to the auction house to buy your gloves, as well as the belt or bracers if you didn't manage to collect them along the way. Then, do a slash dance in front of the bank with your completed set. So, there you have it, the Shadowcraft armor. Definitely one of the cooler looking dungeon sets, in my opinion, but also a very challenging one to obtain, especially as a DPS class. Either way, good luck collecting the pieces. It's definitely worth it in the end. That's it for today. If you liked this guide or found it useful, let me know by leaving a comment down below. I'd love to know what you think. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And follow me on Facebook and Twitter for updates when new content is released as well. If you prefer reading guides, I have written versions over on my blog at silvitesoltis.blogspot.com, so consider checking those out as well. Finally, if you'd like to help support me in making content like this in the future, consider becoming a patron over on Patreon. I truly appreciate all of your support, but for now, and as always, take it easy guys.